Okay, number 7, write the equation of a line that goes through the points 635 and 425. So it's a WEL. So we're going to make our checklist. And I need to figure out what M and B are. So if you look at what they give me 2 points, so they give me an x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to use the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So when I substitute those, y2 is 25 minus y1 is 35 over x2 is 4 minus x1 is 6. So 25 minus 35 is negative 10. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And if I take negative 10 divided by negative 2, I get positive 5. So that's what I'm going to use as my slope. And it doesn't really matter which point I pick because they're both positive, so I'll just use the 635. So I'm plugging that into y equals mx plus b. So the y I'm going to use is 35. M is positive 5. X is 6 plus b. So it gives me 35 equals 30 plus b. And then I would subtract 30 from both sides, and I get b equals 5. So now that I have m and b, I can write my equation, so it would be y equals 5x plus 5. Okay, number 6, graph 6y equals 3x minus 18. So again, we're trying to get it into slope-intercept form. The only reason it's not is the y is not by itself because it's being multiplied by 6. So I have to divide everything by 6. So that gives me y equals, now, in theory you could leave it as 3 over 6, but it's best to reduce that to 1/2. So 1/2 x minus 3. Then it's in slope-intercept form, so my slope is 1/2 and my y-intercept is negative 3. Which means I start at negative 3 and then I go up 1 over 2 and draw my line. Okay, number 9, graph the linear inequality y is greater than 2/5 x minus 6. So we want to graph it using m and b because it's in slope-intercept form. So 2/5 is my m and negative 6 is my b. So I start at negative 6 on the y-axis. Then my slope is 2 over 5, so I go up 2 over 5. Now since it's not an equal to, my line is going to be dotted or dashed, so I'm going to draw a dashed line. And since it's a greater than sign, I would shade above that line. So above that line would be all this area here. Okay, number 10, multiply x minus 3 times x plus 4. So we're trying to multiply binomials together, so we're going to use the Punnett square. So the first parentheses we put here, so x and minus 3. Now since it's a minus 3, I put a negative 3. Then on top I got x and a positive 4. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So again, I've got like terms on the diagonal here. So I've got x squared, negative 3x plus 4x. Well, negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1x, So I can just put plus x. Now if you want to put the 1 in front of the x, you can. Then I got a negative 12, so I put minus 12.